West Virginia makes history winning their first College World Series game versus Troy. Let's talk about it.
We got a lot of grit. We got a lot of hard-working people. Don't ever quit. Don't ever quit. West Virginia Mountaineers, don't ever quit. God bless the Mountaineers, and God bless West Virginia.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Hard Edge Podcast. I'm happy to see y'all here. I'm happy to be here. It's been a really good past few days. West Virginia beats Troy in the first round of the World Series, making history, like I said in the intro. And they go into the winner's bracket to play UNC, which we'll preview that. And West Virginia gets three huge new commits, along with some others. And we'll talk about that also. So let's get straight into it. West Virginia beats Troy 5-7 in a thriller. Not really a thriller, but it was a great game of baseball. Probably one of the best ones of the night. There's only one other one, but it was probably the best sporting event on of the night. Really back and forth. West Virginia would score, and then Troy would fight back and score, and then we'd score, and then we'd come up and win it in the 8th inning with a Tyrus Hall walk-off. Not really a walk-off, but kind of like a walk-off RBI, if you know what I mean. But MVP tonight is definitely Tyrus Hall. He had the game-winning RBI and many other hits. One other hit. My honorable mention player of the game is Armani Guzman. He had one hit and amazing base running. He's probably the best base runner in WVU history. He stole home in the first inning. That was the first time a runner had stole home in the first inning since 22 years ago, which is a long time. That was, let me think how long ago that was. That was 2004. 2004 was the last time somebody stole home the first inning. I'm not even sure if it was the first inning. It might have been the entire game. Nobody stole home in the College World Series. So that's cool. And Ian Korn, what a day from him. 52 strikes. But I think Chanson Cole could have also had a great game if he could have just... I think he looked very nervous on the mound that first at-bat, in the second at-bat. And that whole series out, he just looked really stressed and overwhelmed. So I think he could have also had a really good day if he just wasn't as stressed. That's what I said in my last video. If some of our players got overwhelmed, they wouldn't play as good, which is a clear fact in this game with, I think, Ian Korn, Gavin Kelly. He didn't have his best day. I think some others. Brody Kresser, he had a good day, but he still looked a little bit shaken up. Everybody looked a little shaken up. First time there, trying to, with all the fans there. Pat McAfee show was great. Fans showed up. It was packed out. You could hear them in the Pat McAfee show. There were so many. And even when I see videos, there was just every clip you saw a West Virginia fan. I didn't see any Troy fans. I heard them, but I didn't see many. But what a game. I'm so proud that we keep fighting on. I didn't think we were going to make it this far, and hopefully we can keep fighting. I think we have a chance after seeing how good we've performed so far. In the regionals, I thought we were going to win the regionals, lose supers, because I thought we were going to have to play UCLA. I was like 50-50, my prediction. I was like, maybe we'll beat them, maybe we won't. But then we won the super regionals, and we go on to the College World Series. I'm like, after watching the super regionals, I'm like, I think we can do something here. So I have a pretty good feeling that we have a good chance against North Carolina. So let's just talk about that game. UNC, they played Ole Miss last night. They won. It's a close game. It was as they say, Omaha is a pitching field. It's long outfield and high walls. So not many home runs being hit, and that was to their advantage yesterday. They played very good. They pitched very well. They actually had pretty similar stats to us. Very similar stats. about the same walk ratio. They had about 90 strikeouts. No, we had 50, 60 something. But they had about the same strikeout to walk ratio as us. We both had 3 walks. And they had 2 home runs, which is about the same as us. We had 1 home run. We probably could have had another if the walls were just a little shorter. Tyler Saul, he had a missile hit on that fence. He hit it right to that fence. I thought it was going to break a hole through the fence. But if that fence was just a little bit shorter, if it was like the size of our at home in Morgantown, it would have been rocketed out. It might have went over the wall, the brick wall, like in the dugout, bullpen. But we could probably hit another home run. And they also had 8 runners left on base. We had 8 runners left on base. So it's a very similar team to us. This is not as lopsided as it was in 2024 when we had Randy Mazey and we went to play in the Super Regionals to them. I think this is going to be a much closer game than that was. And that was a close game, but I feel like this is going to be more fair and we're going to have a much better chance to win it. They have very good pitching, one of the best in the College World Series. It's either us or them. Ole Miss also has a really good pitching, but this is a very good pitching World Series teams this year. Not many just offensive people. Troy was a more offensive team than any of the others in the lineup. Ole Miss is kind of an offensive team, but Troy's probably the most offensive team in the series right now. So North Carolina has many MLB players on their team. It's going to be a tough road if they can't get hits or can't get strikeouts. So here are my keys to the game. So after looking at this North Carolina team, they go on cold streaks very often. And when they're on cold streaks, they're just getting striked out. And I think if we are going to win this game, we have to take advantage of those cold streaks. We need to capitalize on those. We need to have no errors during these cold streaks. We need to if we capitalize on these cold streaks, we can gain momentum. And they have cold streaks on both sides of the ball, which is also, I thought, was pretty interesting. They have cold streaks where they can't hit, and then they have cold streaks when they can't get 3 outs. So either or, we need to, on both sides of the ball, we need to definitely capitalize on that. Getting hits when they can't get 3 outs, like we did against Troy today with Tyrus Hall and Sean Smith. We need to do that type of stuff, like rallying. Even if we have 2 outs, we still need to rally. And also, we need to if we see they're not getting hits, we need to strike them out quick and capitalize. No errors, no fumbling. So, next thing we're going to be talking about here, West Virginia gets a ton of 2027 recruits. They're getting a lot more than last year, and I don't know about what time we got the recruits last year, but we already have more than 15 kids already committed. I'm hoping we don't take all these kids, but I can't be saying kids, but I just have a habit of saying that. These are grown men. But I hope we don't take all these people. Because some of these guys, I think, aren't as good as our lineup right now, and we still have some freshmen on our lineup right now. Don't think we need any more. I think freshmen are good, but we cannot get overrun by the freshmen. If we're heavily focusing on the freshman class, that's not a good sign. We need to be focusing on transfer portal too and developing players. But there's about 10 or 9 of these guys that I think are really, really good and really, really talented. I'm going to have a full depth breakdown of all of them before the 2027 season starts. But right now, we're just talking about the most recent ones. I kind of missed the Ethan Lawson one where he burned a couch. And also there's another one, can't remember his name, but he's a DB, and then there's I'll tell you about a ton of running back commits already. But I'm just doing the ones that have happened in the past week. So, first one is a big one. 4-star flip from Penn State, Chris Wilson. An edge rusher, 6'4", 220. He has a huge frame, and he had 25 tackles in the last season. So as I said, 25 tackles. 25 tackles and 4 sacks, many pass breakups, and a few interceptions. 1 interception, I'm pretty sure. Can't remember, but and also a lot of quarterback hurries. He was a disruption. He drew lots of double teams, and that he was a pain to play with. He had 21 Power 4 offers, Power 5 offers, and these are all huge schools fighting for him. The top dogs, blue bloods. We have a lot of people wanting this guy, and also these other guys. I was looking through these and all these different schools that had offered him. I'm like, holy, look at all these big schools wanting him too. We're competing with the top dogs. So here are their top offers. There's more, but I ran out of space on my paper to write them all. So these are top. Indiana, 16-0 national championship. They won the national championship. Kirk Cignetti, he wanted this guy. He thought he was outstanding. Ole Miss also made the playoffs last year. Trinidad Chambles and their coach leaves to LSU. No offer. But Notre Dame also wanted him. Notre Dame's going to have the best defense in college football this year, and they wanted this guy to be part of it next year. Ohio State reigning national championships last year. And then you got Georgia, always in the playoffs. And then Tennessee is a developing powerhouse. So many, many, many big-time schools wanting this guy. So next person, Monty Williams, a running back, 6'1", 200 pounds. He, as a junior, so this guy is not even at his full potential yet. He's still got a year more. I think some of these people are overlooking all these players because they're just juniors. And we still have some commits that are young. So these guys are getting better. Junior, 84 carries for 892 yards. And give me this. 10.6 yards a carry. 10.6. I'm surprised this guy doesn't have 2,000 yards rushing at least. Maybe he got hurt during the season because this 892 yards does not sync with the 10.6 yards a carry. 84 carries, that's not that much. That's like how much Rich Rod wants the ball to be run in his offense. So this guy is going to have to, if he's going to have to start, he's going to have to get used to getting the ball more. But 10.6 yards a carry. He also had 22 offers as well. He had Blue Bloods offering. A lot of these SEC teams are also targeting a lot of the teams that we are, a lot of the kids that we are targeting. Through all these, we had SEC schools. SEC, ACC. You don't see that much of Big Ten. Maybe Ohio State. No Michigan. Ohio State was one of the only schools that I saw offering these guys. But there was a few others. But Northwestern. But that's not... Is that even a Big Ten school? They're never doing anything. But, okay, last person that I have for today, Brock Burris. 6'5" wide receiver. Kind of reminds me of Prince Strong. 180 pounds. Prince Strong, also close to 180 pounds. I think he's 185. He had offers from many SEC schools, basically all SEC schools. Also, Georgia Tech and NC State were also in there. He's very good at 50-50 balls, just like Prince Strong. But he has a huge frame, very, very good at just oversizing and capitalizing on the smaller defenders and just bullying everybody. He didn't have the best season. This guy got injured during the season. He had 382 yards receiving, but he probably could have a lot more. Pretty sure he wasn't from a big talent school, so they probably didn't have the best quarterback. So this guy definitely has potential, and maybe 6'5". If he wanted to gain some weight, he could turn into a tight end with that size. Because you see tight ends nowadays, some of them are even shorter. I think there's a tight end on our team this year that's 6'2" or 6'3", and this guy's 6'5", so you could definitely put him at tight end. He probably trains and wants to be a receiver, but Rich Rod likes our receivers to be able to, our flankers and our different receiver groups, be able to run in different receiver groups. So, just making an example of an old player, Rodney Gallagher wanted to be a flanker. Maybe Rich Rod's like, nope, you got to do this one instead. we're going to practice you at all of them just in case a guy gets injured and we need you. Maybe this guy, he's been practicing at wide receiver. He could still be a receiver, but maybe they're going to put him at tight end for now because they need a big tight end. Kind of like a Cole Taylor. Cole Taylor's 6'7", though. We already got a guy, Cam Ball, and Ryan Ward, 6'5", I think. So Ryan Ward's about the same size as him. 6'5". Ryan Ward might be the guy that's 6'2", but I'm not sure. So this guy, I think it'd be smart to put him at tight end, maybe gain some weight, get him up to like 200. Can't get too fat though. Put him in some muscle. Has to be the muscle bigness, not the fat bigness. This offensive line's gonna be top dogs this year. Our offensive line, this is gonna be a great offensive line. I'm predicting they're gonna have at least one draft pick from that offensive line, at least, maybe more. But will Cam Cook get drafted? Yes, 100%. What round? I'm not sure. I have him going I think I have at least one of our running backs having at least 900 yards. Don't know which one. One might break out, one might get injured. But one of them will have at least 900. I have my preseason predictions on stats before the season starts. But I'm thinking for Cam Cook, if he stays healthy. This is if he stays healthy. I have the range from a low, maybe the lowest of, if he's healthy the entire year, a low of 800 to 900 yards, and a high I have him going 1,400, 1,500. I think he's that good. And if he's healthy all year, there's no way he's going for less than 800 yards. And I also think that about my other running backs. I think Amari Latimer or Christopher Talley will have at least 600 if Cam Cook's starting and he is the bell cow and he's not getting injured, they'll both have at least 500 too. There's not going to be one main guy because Cam Cook probably needs some rest too. He is a very strong guy though. He's unlike Jaheim White. He doesn't do this every other play. He can go a few drives down the field without getting a sub. Unlike Jaheim White. I'm not sure about Christopher Talley at his small size or Martavius Boswell or Sir Paul Cheeks I hope we see a little bit of Caden Luke too. I'd love to see Caden Luke at the running back, fullback spot. Love to get a little Owen Schmidt in there. He's supposed to be he works the hardest in the weight room, I've heard. And he just embodies the Mountaineer spirit. Cowboy hat, Arizona kid. He's from Arizona. Jeans, cowboy boots, cowboy hat. He just Mountaineer by heart. He was meant to come here. But those are a few hot takes, little sneak peeks, but we'll have a full episode before the start of the season. I will be previewing all West Virginia's games. Already did 3 so far. I've previewed UT Martin, Coastal Carolina, and Virginia. Next up, it is, I'm actually not sure. We'll do it, though. Is it Kansas? Yeah, I think Kansas is the home. No, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's up next. So thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned. Share, comment, subscribe, whatever you do. I'm not forcing you, but I would really appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. Keep going, Mountaineers. And I'm wishing y'all luck in Omaha. And I'll make a post-game show after the game. And hope y'all have a great day. And let's keep them country roads. Peace.